that looks very nice. And feel the sides right there. Wow, already reminds me of my Apple Watch Ultra. Hey Warenoticers, Shane here, and welcome to another video on the Warenotice Technology YouTube channel. If you're new here, definitely take a moment to consider subscribing so you don't miss out on all my other awesome technology videos about things like smartphones, smartwatches, tech accessories, cases, computers, tablets, and really just so much more. But anyway, folks, in this video, we're going to be unboxing something super duper special, the iPhone 15 Pro Max in its natural titanium color right here on launch day. Now, for those of you who haven't heard, this new iPhone has a lot of new things to it. First of all, it actually has titanium sides instead of stainless steel, which I'm super excited to check out because my Apple Watch Ultra right here, which I'm totally in love with, is made of titanium, and so is my Apple Card too, so I'm a big fan of that material in Apple products. In addition to the fancy new material on this device, it also has a USB-C port instead of Lightning, so now the iPhone finally has the same port as, iPads and Macs have had for a while. The 15 Pro Max also has a brand new 5x telephoto zoom lens on its camera, which is awesome because the iPhones already have amazing cameras as it is, so I'm excited to check that out. It's got smaller bezels around the front too, and last but not least in my summary here of the new features, it has an action button instead of a mute switch. So lots of new changes on this device. So without further ado, let's start getting it out of the box and trying it out. Here we go. Now the box for the iPhone 15 Pro Max is, like all iPhone boxes, very simple. It's just got a picture of the iPhone on the front, says iPhone on the sides, and it also has the Apple logo on the top and bottom. So let's go ahead and rip off the Easy Peel tab and just get this box open. So we can pop the top off, and wow, there is that natural titanium color. That looks very nice. And feel the sides right there. Wow, already reminds me of my Apple Watch Ultra. Also in the box, we have this braided USB-C to USB-C cable for charging up the iPhone, and of course some paperwork and an Apple sticker. We can go ahead and reveal the screen right there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take a moment to power this guy on and get it all nice and set up. And boom, folks, now I've got my iPhone 15 Pro Max here all nice and set up, and first impression time, I will say I'm already loving this titanium material of this device. It feels wonderful in the hand. Now, I am of course coming from the iPhone 14 Pro Max right here, this purple guy, which had stainless steel on the sides. And I will note, this feels much more slippery than the titanium, and the titanium also feels lighter. So at least first impressions wise, I definitely think I prefer the titanium right here. It's just a super cool material. Now, let's look at what is new on this 15 Pro Max. As you can see, first things first right here, we've got the action button instead of the mute switch. This is the first iPhone with an action button, and what you can do with that, by default it comes set up to act as a mute switch, so you can go ahead and hold that down if you want to turn the ringer on, and then of course same thing, if you want to turn the silent mode back on, just hold it down once again. But you can actually customize this further. All you have to do that is actually just head right into settings and then tap right here on action button, and as you can see, by default silent mode, but you can go over and switch it over to, let's say, focus. If you want to turn on maybe do not disturb, you can have it automatically open up your camera. You can have it do flashlight, voice memo, magnifier, shortcut, which really lets you do whatever you want. You can make your own shortcut, or an accessibility feature. So now for me personally, I always leave my iPhone in silent mode just because I don't like the ringer noises, right? Then everyone knows I'm getting notifications. So I think I'm going to actually leave the action button on camera. That way I can take pictures super quickly, which is something I like to do. And then you can even dive deeper, and maybe instead of taking a photo when you open it up, you can have it take a selfie, video, portrait, or portrait selfie. For me, I think I'll leave it on photo for now. Let's go ahead and test this action button out. We can hold it down and boom, opens up the camera, and we can snap a picture right here of the Warenotice logo and check that out. What do you guys think? Now, while we are here in the camera app, as you can see, we can take advantage of all the different lenses on the back of the iPhone. Right there, that was a 1x picture, but you of course can do an ultra wide picture as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and test that 0.5x zoom out right here. We can take this picture. What do you guys think? Next, let's go ahead and try the 2x zoom on the 15 Pro Max. Let's take a picture of my camera over here and voila. And then last but not least, let's try out that new 5x zoom. And I'll go ahead and take another another picture of these boxes. That certainly is zoomed in. Next, we can go ahead and test out the selfie camera on the 15 Pro Max. Let's take a selfie right here. Okay, hopefully that looked good. And then another thing I'd like to do with this 15 Pro Max is test out that USB-C port. We can go ahead and plug this USB-C cable in, and voila, it is charging via USB-C. I know obviously if you've had an Android phone or an iPad or a MacBook, you've seen charging via USB-C before, but yes, it's crazy that's now on an iPhone. For me personally though, I will admit this USB-C port is not that big of a deal, given I always charge my iPhones with MagSafe. I'm a huge fan of that because it lets you easily charge it wirelessly and with magnets and use a bunch of other accessories. So that's how I'm gonna be charging this guy. But anyway, folks, with that, that'll do it for this nice, quick, easy unboxing of the iPhone 15 Pro Max right here. If you want it for yourselves, it does start at $11.99, which is not $11.99, that's $1,199, which is a price increase versus the 14 Pro Max, but that is because the 128 gigabyte version no longer exists and starts at 256 gigabytes of storage. Given that fact, that is what the 14 Pro Max in that storage capacity costs, so it isn't actually a price increase, if that makes sense. It's just you can't buy the cheaper storage option. But for me personally, I'm super glad I got this phone because I'm loving that titanium. It really does feel great in the hand, and also I think that action button's pretty cool. USB-C is what it is. Again, for me, that's not a huge thing because I do still use Lightning accessories. Like for instance, my Apple Magic Keyboard right here, this charges with Lightning. My Apple AirPods Max over here, these still charge with Lightning. So it should be interesting. I'm sure Apple will go ahead and unveil new versions of those accessories with USB-C ports, because it is kind of weird that, you know, charging these with Lightning, but not my phone. I'm sure soon enough, every Apple device will charge with the same USB-C cable, but for now, it is a bit weird. Also, folks, if you are in the market for iPhone 15 Pro Max cases, definitely be sure to check out my playlist of all the different iPhone 15 Pro Max cases that I've unboxed on the Warenotice Technology YouTube channel. And spoiler alert, it's gonna be a lot. I definitely love phone cases, and I'll have a link to that playlist down in the description of this video, so be sure to check that out. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to smash the subscribe button and subscribe to the Warenotice Technology YouTube channel for more awesome technology videos just like this one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. Bye.